guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a newborn must-haves video for you guys, and these are all products and things that have not only got me through the newborn stage with Shay, but most of these things have also got me through the newborn stage with Baylee. So these are my holy grail products, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So my first must-have is the Solely Baby Wrap. I also used the Baby Catan in the first couple weeks of Baylee's life, and literally she lived in this thing. I put her to sleep in this thing because she was kind of colicky in the beginning, and the only way I could get her down to sleep was bouncing. And so if I had her in this wrapped to me, I would just walk the halls of our apartment and it would instantly put her to sleep. But I recently purchased this one before Shay was born, and I absolutely love it. It may be kind of intimidating because it's just one long piece of fabric, but I absolutely love it, and it's really lightweight and breathable. Because we live in Southern California, it's already pretty warm here, but Shay never seems to get too warm in this because it is really stretchy and breathable, and you can get a lot of airflow through this, so it's not too thick of a fabric. Whereas this one, it is a thicker fabric, but Baylee was born in January, so it was a little bit cooler, but I swear by this. Shay is only 6 weeks, and I've already used this thing so many times, you guys. I will use it if I need to go to the grocery store and I put Baylee in the cart, and I will wrap Shay to me if I'm running errands, if we're going to the park. I mean, this thing has just been a lifesaver, so I highly recommend getting yourself a wrap. Okay, my second must-have is a white noise machine. I think I got this from either Target or Amazon, but I will link everything that I'm talking about in the description like I always do in case you guys are interested. But this one I love because you can adjust the volume. It has so many different features. There's an ocean, there's lullaby, there's a heartbeat, Mozart, white noise, rain, and there's also a nightlight on it too. And it also has a projector, so it will project on the ceiling like a little ocean scene, which is really nice too. So every time I put Shay down for either naps or sleep, I always make sure this is on, and she's been sleeping for the most part pretty well. And I also mentioned this in one of my vlogs, but this is a portable white noise machine, so it doesn't get as loud, but if we are on the go and we're running errands or whatnot, I will just clip this onto the car seat and she is good to go. So definitely recommend getting yourself a white noise machine and a portable one, just in case you're out and about and you're trying to get your little one down for a nap. It's really nice to have this. Okay, the next thing I highly recommend is a nose Frida. This thing is so amazing. I'm sure plenty of you guys have heard about this thing, but if you're a new mom, this thing is so good. So this is technically like a nose aspirator, but it's way better than one of those bulbs you get in the hospital. So what you do is you just suction it to your baby's nostril, and then while it's suctioned, you will suck on this end and it will pull everything out, and it works so much better than just a typical nasal aspirator. So I definitely recommend getting one of these too. Okay, my next must-have is a Wubbanub, and this is just a binky with a weighted little animal on the end. And they are so convenient because they stay in the baby's mouth better because they're weighted. So when your baby spits the pacifier out, it won't end up falling on the floor. It'll just kind of like sit on their chest because it's weighted with these little animals. So Shay was kind of fighting the binky at first, but she will only take the Wubbanub and the event pacifiers. So I recommend, if you are exclusively breastfeeding, to try either this binky or the event ones, because we've had no nipple confusion, and these are the ones that Shay really loves. My next must-have is little car seat cushion. When you first put your newborn into the car seat, if they don't have these little cushions, they don't really have anything to prop their head up. So these I find are really nice. They act like little pillows for her head, but I will link these specific ones in the description box for you guys. But they're so cute. But these are definitely a must-have. I don't know what I would do in the beginning weeks of her life if she didn't have these, because her neck just looks so uncomfortable. It would just slouch to one side. So as soon as I put these on, they really propped her neck up, and she seems a lot more comfortable in her car seat now. My next must-have are these Gumdrop pacifier wipes. These are probably the best ones that I found. They smell really good, and they're really convenient to have on hand just in case your baby does take a binky and they end up spitting it out on the ground, or your other little one gets a hold of it like Baylee always does. She tries to stick them in her mouth. I obviously don't give it back to Shay because she isn't vaccinated yet. So I will quickly wipe them off with one of these, and I always keep these on hand around the house and in my diaper bag. The next thing I recommend is getting yourself a really good thermometer, because in the beginning of your baby's life, I personally have been checking her temperature pretty frequently because she isn't vaccinated, like I said, and if she seems a little bit warm, you obviously want to pay close attention to that. So I ordered this one off of Amazon and I really love it. It's really convenient. You just press this button right here and swipe it across the forehead and it quickly reads the temperature. Thermometers are so hard to figure out if they're going to be good or not, but I've had no issues with this and I actually really like it. Okay, and if you guys are exclusively breastfeeding like I am, I think Shay's maybe taken a bottle no more than 10 times since she's been born, but these bottles I swear by. They are the Komotomo bottles, and they, as you can see, they kind of look like a nipple, so they won't cause any nipple confusion, and Shay hasn't seemed to have any nipple confusion whatsoever. She's totally fine going back and forth from this. But she hasn't used it a whole lot, but I did use this with Baylee too, and Baylee didn't have any nipple confusion either. So I definitely recommend these bottles. They're really good. If you guys purchase one thing from this video, let it be this, please. Gripe water is so amazing. I swear by this stuff. I use it constantly with her, especially if she gets the hiccups. This stuff will take her hiccups away, no joke, in like seconds. 99% of the time. I'm not even joking. I will give her this in a little syringe. They give you one with the box that it comes in. It's like a little dropper, but what I use is one of those little syringes that I give her vitamin D drop in. It's really small. I think it's 1 milliliter. That way I don't waste it with the big dropper, because sometimes it'll like spill out of her mouth, and this stuff isn't like too expensive, but I go through it like crazy, so I use a little 1 milliliter syringe instead of the dropper. But this stuff is so good. It's not only good for hiccups, but it's good for fussiness, colic, gas, you name it. This stuff is so amazing, so highly recommend getting some gripe water. Okay, and right behind that is the Gerber Soothe Probiotic Drops. I just started using this with Shay. I think she was about 3 weeks old, and I think I mentioned in her 1 month update that I was kind of on the fence whether I liked it or not because it was kind of too soon to tell, but oh my gosh, night and day with her. She's a completely different baby. She rarely cries. So I definitely recommend trying this stuff. It is pretty pricey, but I would just suggest maybe trying it, and if it doesn't work, don't repurchase. But I am definitely going to be repurchasing this because I've noticed a significant difference in Shay. My next holy grail must-have are these Swaddle Me Swaddles. These things are so good. I'm a huge advocate on swaddling your babies, especially when they're young. Shay just sleeps so much better when she's nice and snug and tight, and she is not able to bust out of these. All of the other swaddle brands that I have, I don't really use for swaddling. I use them as either burp cloths or to drape over her car seat or the stroller or to lay on, but I don't really use them for swaddling because she will bust out of those. Whereas these, because I can Velcro it and get it super tight, she can't get her little arms out of these. So I definitely recommend trying these. They are really, really good. The next thing that I would really recommend is either getting a bouncer or a swing of some sort. It's kind of hard to tell what your baby is gonna love before they get here, obviously, but we have the Mamaroo and the Fisher-Price chandelier swing, and Baylee loved the Mamaroo. She slept in that thing for the first couple months of her life, and Shay loves the Fisher-Price chandelier swing. So they're kind of different. The Mamaroo kind of bounces and the Fisher-Price swing kind of glides. So that's just Shay's preference, but I definitely recommend getting a swing of some sort. And I also really recommend some sort of basket. We have a little Moses basket. If you have a 2-story home like we do, and even if you don't, it's really convenient to put your baby in, especially when they're really little, and just kind of move them from each room to the house wherever you're going. That way you don't have to lug around a big swing with you. So I found the Moses basket to be really convenient, especially in the first couple weeks of her life. The bathtub that we're using for Shay right now is the 4Moms infant bathtub, and I love it because it will read the temperature of the water for you. So you just turn on your faucet and let it run across a little thermometer, and it will tell you if it is too cold, if it's too hot, or if it's just right. If it's too hot, it'll be red, and if it's too cold, it'll be green, and if it's just right, I think it's yellow. But it will beep at you if it gets gets too hot. So I really love that feature, and she seems to really be comfortable in it. In the first couple baths we gave her at home, she didn't like it, but now she absolutely loves bath time. So that is everything. Those are my top newborn must-haves. These are all things that I pretty much use every single day. These are things that honestly I could not live without. They just make my life so much easier. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you a part of my journey. I also started vlogging in case you guys are interested in seeing what I do behind the camera. I will link some of them in the cards of this video. I also want to film a breastfeeding essentials video. I know some of you guys want to see that. And I was kind of thinking of doing like a 50 facts about me video. That way you guys can kind of learn more about who I am. So if you guys are interested in seeing one or the other first, leave me a comment and let me know which one you guys are interested in seeing, and I will film that for you guys. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.